It's 2 a.m. and you are still awake. You did everything right. The room is dark, the screens are off, and still, here you are, eyes open, listening to the house settle. You think something is broken inside you, but the real answer is far stranger. Nothing is broken. Your brain is refusing to sleep on purpose, and it has a very old reason. You have been told sleep is simple. You get tired, you lie down, you switch off like a machine. But your brain never does. Not fully, not once in your entire life. Why would an organ that controls everything you ever allow itself to go completely dark? It wouldn't. And it doesn't. For nearly the entire span of human existence, falling asleep was the single most dangerous thing you did each day. A sleeping human is soft, slow, blind. For millions of years, your ancestors closed their eyes in a landscape full of things that wanted to eat them. The dark was lethal. So evolution faced a problem. Your ancestors needed sleep, but sleeping made them easy to kill. How do you rest an animal that cannot afford to stop watching? You do not let it rest all the way. In 1966, a psychiatrist named Frederick Snyder proposed the Sentinel hypothesis. He argued sleep evolved to include built-in moments of alertness, brief surfacings toward waking, so a sleeping creature could still react to danger. Your sleep was never meant to be a coma. It was meant to be a guarded rest. And he was pointing at something real. Consider the first night you sleep somewhere new. A hotel, a friend's couch. You toss. You wake at nothing. You barely sleep. Scientists call this the first night effect. For decades, they blamed stress. Then in 2016, two researchers at Brown University, Yuka Sasaki and Masako Tamaki, looked inside the sleeping brain. On the first night in an unfamiliar place, one half of your brain refuses to sleep deeply. The left hemisphere stays lighter. It listens while the other half rests. When they played sudden sounds, that watchful half woke the sleeper faster than the relaxed half ever could. Your brain was standing guard. Half asleep, half on watch. Does that sound familiar? But who taught your brain what to fear? Your whole species across an unimaginable stretch of time. You probably sleep alone, behind a locked door. That is a historical accident. For nearly all of human history, you would have slept in a group surrounded by people of every age. An anthropologist named David Sampson studied the Hadza, hunter-gatherers in Tanzania, whose way of life is a rare window into how humans slept for tens of thousands of years. Over nearly 200 hours, there was almost no moment when the whole group was asleep at once. Someone was always awake. An older woman stirring at 3 a.m. A young man rising before dawn. Their sleep staggered itself, so some pair of eyes was always watching. No one volunteered for the night shift. It happened on its own, because human sleep is variable by design. Light sleepers, restless elders, early risers, night owls. What looks like a bug in your sleep might be a feature in your tribe. So when you wake at 3 a.m. for no reason, alert and scanning, you may be feeling the ghost of a role you were born to play. You are the sentinel, but your body does not know the world has changed. The lion is not coming. You are lying in a heated room behind a locked door, in one of the safest places any human has ever occupied. And your ancient guard is still on duty, jumping at the hum of the refrigerator, treating a distant car alarm like a predator at the edge of the fire. Your brain cannot tell a real threat from a phantom one. It never had to. The cost of ignoring a sound was death. The cost of waking for nothing was a few lost minutes. So evolution made you a light sleeper who survives, rather than a deep sleeper who never wakes at all. Every anxious 2 a.m. is that bargain still being paid. The sleep researcher Jerome Siegel studied pre-industrial societies, the Hadza, the San, the Tsimane, expecting they slept far more than we do. They did not. They slept around 6 or 7 hours, close to what you get. But they rarely lay awake fighting their own minds. The crushing sense that not sleeping is a catastrophe was simply not part of their nights. That pressure might be the real thief. Not your brain's vigilance, but your war against it. When you lie in the dark furious that you are awake, your heart climbs, and stress hormones rise, and your body reads that as danger. You fight the guard while begging the guard to let you sleep. So the next time you jolt awake at 2 a.m., do not panic. An ancient part of you scanned the dark, found nothing, and is waiting for permission to stand down. You can give it that. Safe. Nothing here. Rest. You are not broken. You're here because your ancestors were light sleepers who survived the night.